Power World Philosopher, Chapter 4, Part 2, Next Move. No, not Power World, but the sad thing is that might get more views.
A
But
student
anyway.
named Terry, you say? Does he have red hair by any chance? Yes indeed. Do you know him, Professor?
You know this guy? Oh, right,
Sadly, I'm afraid so.
The big boss guy we beat up in the last episode.
I just couldn't believe it when I found out he was joining Team Prophecy. It just seems so out of character for him. How so? Terry may look like a brute, but he was actually one of my best students.
Oh, really?
He knows just as much about Pokemon as I did. And on my ranch, he was a gentle giant. He wouldn't hurt any Pokemon. He was such a big help whenever I was too busy with gym battles.
Turn to the dark side.
And it broke my heart the day I found out he joined that organization. I don't know what would have led him to do that. Although, I can't say I'm too surprised. I heard his parents were getting a nasty divorce. Maybe that had something to do with it.
Maybe.
When I met Terry, he
it's
had
always
an
the ones with the
Alchemon
biggest smile
beside
that
him.
have the biggest
Rubion,
demons.
I believe it was called. Does he have a license for that? No. Actually, now that I think about it, I haven't seen him around here since he joined Team Prophecy.
He's using it illegally.
That was
He's under
long
arrest.
before the Sky University Festival. So, I doubt he would have been able to get one. Oh, I am so sorry. I have to take this. It's important. I understand. Thank you for your help, Professor. Interesting. So he didn't have a license. And that Alchemon looked a bit too old to be new. I can tell that he must have had it for some time now.
Maybe, or maybe he had the individual pieces for a long time?
I think I'll arrange a meeting with Sarah, see if she's found anything. And while I'm at it, I'll invite the player as well. Rebelin seems like a good meeting place.
Well, on the next area. I imagine that phone call was probably us going to get a gym badge.
Rebelin isn't too far from Sky University, but in order to get there, we're going to have to go through Route 9. This field land isn't too large, but it does have a lot of trainers that we can challenge
Isn't too large.
if we want to
Looks
improve
at
ourselves.
area.
There's also a handful of Pokemon that we can capture on this route if we want to do some team
Maybe not too
building.
large, but it's
Here's
standards
the
of an
old,
airplane,
and
but you know.
here's the new. And here's the new that you haven't seen before.
Ooh, new.
This little fella is the Arrow Pokemon,
Polydart.
Polydart. It's
Neat.
not that strong,
look how
and
tiny
it's
it is.
barely
It's less than
capable
the
of
size of
moving
our
on
foot.
dry land in its current form.
I
However,
want to see a
its tail
Pokemon
is
battle
dipped
like in
in
the
a
anime or something
dangerous
between this thing
poison,
and Joltik.
causing its
The
victims
cutest little
to
battle
decay
ever.
in a matter of
They
hours.
somehow make it epic.
So be careful
'Cause
if you
it's
see this
anime, they can
Pokemon
do that
in any
stuff.
nearby ponds. Lastly, we have Zintini, the tin Pokemon.
Not Zintini,
Its
because
body,
it's not smaller than the
made
last
of tin,
one.
if you couldn't tell, is capable of generating
Where are its
electricity,
eyes?
which it can use to shock victims from a short distance.
Yeah, it's
Trainers
supposed to be its
traveling
head,
long
but it looks like it's on
distances
the
with
stomach,
small
too.
electrical devices will often use this Pokemon as a charger. However, the Pokemon
I want
cannot
one.
yet fully
I can have
control
a
its electrical abilities
Oh.
and ends up either accidentally shocking people or magnetizing small rocks on its body.
Okay, never mind.
All
then.
the same, should
How is it
prove
not
pretty
part
useful
rock
if you
type
want to
then?
add
Maybe
it
it
to your
evolves and
team.
become part rock
Or if
type.
you need another Pokemon for the gym in Reveland.
Hey,
Speaking of which,
a portable charger everywhere with you? Sounds like a deal in my book. Now, on to Reveland, or Rebelland. I'll get it right one of these days. Not one day
Reveland
soon.
used to be a hub for pretty shady activity in this region. However, in our
Actually, we're
days,
here
it
not
has
too long
seen
ago.
a
I remember
leaf.
this one. This had
I'll go
the
into more detail
clock
about
lady.
this place in another arc, but for now, just know there's a church in town which we'll need to get to. It's in the
think
town
this is the
square,
eighth
so
gym
as long
leader's
as there are no
place.
distractions,
Think.
we can...
memory's a little fuzzy.
Excuse me?
Hmm?
Sorry if I interrupted you with whatever you're doing, but...
You?
Are you that trainer who I faced at the end of the festival?
Yeah.
Player,
I remember
was
you
it?
vaguely.
Oh, well, sorry if we got off on the wrong foot. My name is Egon, and I was wondering if you could give me some advice on Pokemon training. I'm not the best, you see. I tried beating the gym leader in this town, and I couldn't really do it. I've never really been good at Pokemon battling.
Charlie,
why
is
I
that
was
you in
wondering if
disguise?
You could give me some advice. You seem to be doing great in my dad's contest, while I don't even think I'll make it to the halfway point.
Yeah, it's Charlie.
Advice? Why, I cannot believe what I am hearing. Oh no. My boy,
Nicholas.
Egon, how could you? taking advice from a competitor? You just graduated to a Pokemon trainer.
Oh, wait, no,
You're the one
Nicholas
who is supposed to
Egon
win
is
this competition.
Nicholas's son.
Don't tell me you need to take advice from this... Oh my goodness, player.
My mistake.
I apologize
Failed.
if I didn't recognize you, but unfortunately, even though you are participating, your efforts are in vain. You will not be able to win this contest. Simply because my son here, Egon, will be winning the contest. He will claim the Alcemon for his own, as planned, while anything
Bitch,
you
did
do
you
will
see
be
the third
completely
chapter?
in vain. I can just imagine it now. My son, Egon, and his unstoppable Alcemon taking their place in history as Pokemon League champions. What a better way to advertise Alcemon to the world. Isn't that right, my boy? Yes,
Sure,
yes,
I
Dad.
guess.
I'm trying my best, but I'm not good at Pokemon battling. I mean, I'm not even sure I can... Excuses, my boy. This is what you always wanted. It's your destiny to become the new Pokemon League champion. And here you are, struggling against gym leaders. Come on, battle this nobody. Let us see what you have to improve.
Sounds like
Come
you
on,
failed in your own
Spitspot,
right track.
let's
Push
go.
it all on your child.
Okay, Dad. Sorry, player, but I have to do this now. Let's go.
Well, let's see what you can do.
Okay, let's start off with this. Go, Shedinja!
Solid start. I mean, we need type advantage to get it. I mean, I'll have it because I'm
Oh.
a fire type, but still.
Okay, don't panic. Go, Patrat!
Oh, hello.
It's like Egon's
Revolution
been busy
form.
counting some more Pokemon since we last met him. This is Revolution Patrat.
Surprised we haven't had like
No, it's Patrat,
Yeah.
not Patract. Anyway,
The
these
puck-
guys are the scout
the
Pokemon,
pucking
and they were
Pokedex is
imported
wrong.
from Unova, not by purpose. They stowed away from their
I like how it
homeland
looks like it
via
has a
ship.
little bandana
Some
on its head.
Patrat even staying on their
Like it's a
ship for
pirate.
generations, resulting in these forms. They're kind of a nuisance around
Surprised you
here,
don't have many
often
Gen
stealing
5,
food from other people in Pokemon,
regional
and working
variants.
in large clusters in order to
I'm
take
not saying
down
there's
any
none because I
enemy.
don't know every single
Even to this
Pokemon
day,
form and all that
colonies
jazz, but
of
still.
Patrat invading ships
One day,
and other regions
Gen
is
5
a
remake.
common problem. So if you're on a boat, make sure to be wary of these scurvy sea dogs. Or rats, you know what I mean.
I do like that they take the
No.
pirate look considering
No,
that
I've
Team
got to
Plasma
win. I've got to
and,
win.
Black and
I
White 2
can't
were
have it
pirate
mad at me
themed
again.
for some reason.
Go,
You want
Night
pirate
Mary!
villains, even, I guess. Anyway,
Oh,
Hello.
it looks like Egon's evolved his ace Pokemon. Nightmare is the evolved form of Paling. It's the maiden Pokemon, and it evolves from Paling at level 16.
interesting. So you're going with the
At
wedding
night,
dress
this
look.
Pokemon glows brighter than any lamp, with its blood-red eyes and gem being a warning to anyone who would dare attempt
If you've ever
to
read or
approach.
watched Great
On
Expectations,
cold,
you know
dead
how
nights,
crazy late
it is said you
using
can
a
hear
wedding
the
dress can
screams
be.
of this mournful
It's the
Pokemon
only good part of
as
that
it
book slash
searches
movie
for its
just because she was
lost lover.
batshit crazy. Everyone else was boring as piss.
No! 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 How disappointing. I expected more from you, my boy, especially since this is what you always wanted, but I would be happy to point out
What do you
your
mean
flaws.
it's what I've always wanted?
For one, you only
never
have
asked
3
me what I
Pokemon.
wanted, I assume.
Get good and get more. And for
Get
another,
good, scrub.
you don't have your Alcemon on you. Where was that Rock Eevee I personally gave you?
Stolen?
I put it in the PC because I didn't think it was that good.
Ooh.
Not that
That's
good.
a wrong choice
My
of
boy,
words.
you're supposed to be advertising Alcemon. You're supposed to use one. After all,
Why would I have
you'll
a
be
child
using
if I
an
didn't
Alcemon
want
to beat the
advertisement? It's
I'm
free
sorry,
real
Dad,
estate.
But I don't even think I can beat the champion, let alone any of these gym leaders, even if I did have an Alcemon. I'm just not that good. I don't think... No, not that good. You talk too much. Don't you understand?
You'd still be a better
put
champion than
everything
Greta.
I have into
Or
betting
the-
that
or
you
it'd be
will
worse, though.
win
Even
this
Diantha
competition,
couldn't do
and you
that.
will win. You will defeat scrawny trainers like this one in front of you. You will do it with an Alcemon, and you will do it because I said you will. Is that understood?
Your logic is flawless.
Yes, Dad.
Excellent. Now, I have no longer any time for you.
Previous
You
arc
two,
commit,
player, I
Charlie's
have
trying
busy
to
stuff to
live up
attend
his
to.
father's
As punishment
expectations.
for
This
defeating my
one,
child
it's a
here,
similar
I shall
story,
present
but in
you
a different
with
way.
an advertisement. Here you go.
Dude, I'm fading fast.
Don't worry, dude. We just gotta fight it with coffee. Yoshida's coffee. Fight sleep. Never sleep.
That wasn't even relevant to Pokemon. You just want to give me an head to tell me to go screw myself. Well, screw you too.
This is new.
That wasn't even
I
nice.
can't follow your advice anymore.
At least it was
Dad's
regular
orders.
show.
I'll just have to try
At
to
least
get
you have
better
taste.
on
What the fuck was that show anyway? Ugh.
Okay, that was something.
Something, yes.
Anyway,
Awkward
now
as
that that's
heck.
been taken care of, let's head to that church before we get even more distractions. Blair, glad you could make it. We were just about to start without you.
You're gonna start church
Indeed.
without me?
I hope that Pokemon League
You
challenge
know I
hasn't
love
got
my
too
scripture.
deep into your head. Remember, you're only using that as your cover.
Name of
And as an
Dialga,
excuse
Palkia,
to
and
improve his
Giratina.
current team,
Amen.
might I add. He couldn't bring his current Pokemon with him. Besides, last I remember, you were the one who almost forgot a certain meeting we had after spending a couple days and nights researching. So, I don't really think you'll want to talk, Sarah. Well, I was trying to learn about you and the rest of the organization. Look, do you want to know what I've learned about these Alchemon or not? Yes. Yes, I would want to know. What you figured out? Well, long story short, me and the player came across something a while ago, and yes, it appears that Nicholas is aware of these Alchemon being released into the wild. Also, while doing a bit more research on these sightings of Alchemon, I have noticed that there have been a few reports of mysterious cloaked figures. People that were around at the same time these
Philosopher.
Alchemon were being spotted. Yeah, and their
So they
admin-
were the ones placing
one of their
the
admins
Alchemon there.
had an Alchemon. He used to be a student of Sky University, so I was able to interview his
Interesting.
teacher. And apparently he didn't have a license, so I guess that proves that Team Prophecy could be behind all of this. Yeah, and me and the player here spotted one of Professor Nicholas's colleagues investigating that Alchemon.
Professor Nicholas's colleagues
So, do you
is a
think that
double
Professor
traitor.
Nicholas is allowing this? It's possible, but
It's possible
I
that
wouldn't
Nicholas
suggest
would work
bringing
with
this
Team
up unless
Prophecy,
we
but
have
I
more
think it's
proof.
more that he's being double
Well,
crossed.
if he is behind this,
Nicholas
let's
is
hope we can
insane,
prove
but I
it
don't know if he'd
sooner
be the
rather
head
than
leader
later.
thing.
The more Alchemon he conjures up out
Then
of
again,
nowhere,
him being
the
the
more
leader would be
anxious
a
I'm going to get.
Twist, I guess.
That brain-dead fool doesn't know what he's playing with. Sarah, I know your history with businessmen, but let's not get too hasty now. You still have your own mysteries to solve with these Alchemon, and I have mine. I just need to figure out where else to go from here. Yeah, alright. You know, forgive me if this sounds a bit crazy, but why not try asking William? William? Who is that then?
The penguin
Oh,
guy?
he's one of the gym leaders of this region. He lives in Neotropolis and he helps run the museum there.
Nice.
He knows
you
about
can call
iPad
him
and
out.
he has helped us out before in the past. He knows more about legends, or in this case prophecies, more than anyone I know. It may seem a little
try
bizarre, but this might be a good opportunity to find out what this prophecy, Team Prophecy, keeps going on about.
Good plan.
Well, it's something. Thank you, Sarah. I'll see if I can get his attention. Just want to investigate another Team Prophecy base first. Player, I think I'll need you on the job for this one.
Yeah, of
We're
course you
pretending
will.
to do their little test, and that's the lie we're gonna stick with. There you go again, Luca. Always getting up close in person with the action. And who do you think's doing all the research behind the computers? What would you do without me? But seriously though, don't mention it.
Run my
Actually,
train
while
on
you're
time
here,
for
Luca,
one.
can you do me a favor? Oh, sure. Just give me a minute. Player, you can get going now.
Bye.
I'll meet you at another one of Team Prophecy's
I'm
bases
gonna go catch
when
one of
you're
those
ready.
pat rats.
All right, Sarah. What can I do for you? Something that we won't be able to see in this
I wonder
arc,
if
I'm
they're going to
afraid.
give me a
However,
revolutionary
now that we're getting some
watchdog
progress
or,
in this mystery,
maybe
let's
it's
keep the
getting
flow
some
going
new
next
evolution.
time, as our journey through Revolu continues.
Be interesting to see. Alright, so interesting in this one. So we reintroduce, I should say, to Ego. I don't know, I'm just gonna double check to make sure I'm saying his name right real quick. Yeah, Egon. Yeah, so we got Egon and Nicholas. I just realized that Egon is essentially an Igor sort of character, like almost like a Frankenstein in a way. Might be looking a little too much into that, but it is a bit of a thing there, at least I like to think. Probably unintentional, but you know. It's funny because Charlie was focusing on living up to his father's expectations and realizing he couldn't do it in the end. But, well, he could do it, just he had to do it his own way, not the way his father wanted specific. Well, his was learning to be how to live up to his father's legacy, and Egon has that another way, except his father's still alive. So the problem with it is that, like, Charlie doesn't know if that's truly what his father wanted him to do, like doing it his own way. We like to believe that yes, he wanted whatever would make his son happy, but clearly what's happening here is that Nicholas wants what makes him happy and not what he wants his kid happy. And it'd be like, well, you want to be like that, don't you? Because I said you want to be like that, therefore you are. It makes perfect logical sense. Someone tells me Nicholas did not ask his kid what they wanted to be, or if they did, they said it in the past, and it'd be like, well, that is your entire identity now. He's not a good man, and I do not envy Egon in the slightest. Sure, he gets all the outcome on Pokemon he could probably want. He doesn't want any, clearly. I mean, for sake, he boxed a Pokemon because he didn't want to deal with it, and that would have given him an advantage, at least, or more of an advantage anyway, because he's only got 3 Pokemon, and let's face it, 4 is a bigger number than 3. But yeah, he just did not want to deal with it. He's probably going to be some sort of, like, turn on my father sort of thing and just show how far I could come and all that stuff. Be like, I don't want to listen to you, Dad. You're not worth it anymore. You're not. Something like that, you know, a rebel in a way. Who knows, maybe he'll be the one to take down Nicholas and we won't. He's still helping the battle, I guess. I don't know, yes. Only S-Code knows. But yeah, interesting code development there. It feels a little copying Charlie, but it's doing its own little thing, and it's so trying to parallel that. So far, wait. And Sarah has her own thing with her father. It's funny how in this is just like daddy issues, the Pokemon series. Everyone's got their problem with their fathers in this one, and Sarah's got hers with her. Well, I think it was her uncle. Well, it's not so much her father, but I could be misremembering. But either way, is Chairman Rose, and one's living with the legacy of the father, one's trying to live up to those expectations, and one's trying to live up to what their father wants them to be. It's the freaking arc of daddy issues. But I do kind of like how all 3 arcs have a different protagonist you follow, and they all kind of reflect each other in a way. These three could be a trio of their own, like, anime series. Unfortunately, we have to insert Ash into it. But, well, no, not anymore, but you know what I mean. Oy. But it's very interesting, is what I'm trying to say. Just, you're doing it your own way, Esko, and I respect that. It takes a lot of effort, I'm sure. Too bad it's all going underappreciated, but hey, you know, it is what it is sometimes, and sometimes what it is bullshit. Welcome to YouTube, you know? But hey, you know, at least you're enjoying doing it, right? That's what matters at the end of the day. It's Pokemon, and Pokemon is fun, mostly. But yeah, anyway, it's cool stuff, interesting writing, and yeah, it seems that team Philosopher is behind this one. So I guess we wait and see what they do. And if they're the ones spreading the outcome on. We'll find out in the next part. Later.